Yeah, I think this is really big. I mean, Palantir obviously is the leader in this deep data analysis space, and the combination of them plus Oracle's infrastructure in the cloud should be a very, very indomitable combination. That means they're going to get more customers from governments, more customers from large corporations. The stock is by no means cheap. It's trading 70 times forward PE, but their growth is 70% year on year. And as long as that growth rate continues, I think it's just in a hyper growth stage at this point. So the stock was good, $3.5 billion of cash on the books, no debt. So, it could be a bumpy ride, but definitely looks like it's set for the stratosphere at this point.
Performance, sentiment, and outlook. Are you excited for Palantir's upcoming Q1 earnings report? With the recent surge in major funds' interest in the company, it's poised to be an intriguing update. Palantir's performance and market sentiment are under the microscope as investors eagerly anticipate insights into its growth trajectory. Will Palantir continue its upward trajectory, or are there potential roadblocks ahead?
Well, I mean, every decade or so, there's a platform that comes around that unlocks enormous value. And everyone builds on the last, and everyone historically has been bigger. And this one, I think, could be the biggest. So there's a lot of momentum behind it. You see it in the market today. In the private market, the AI companies are getting a substantial increase in valuation, maybe about 3x what other companies, and they're raising about 70% more capital. But they're also growing faster. By our numbers, these companies are growing about 2.5x faster, a little over 450% year over year versus about 200% for the other companies we look at.
The AI sector is currently experiencing a surge in enthusiasm, especially on the hardware front, as highlighted by Jeff Yang, founder and founding partner at Redpoint Ventures. He believes that a groundbreaking platform emerges every decade that unlocks significant value, with the current wave potentially being the most substantial yet. This sentiment is backed by data showing that AI companies command valuation premiums of up to 3 times higher than their counterparts and raise approximately 70% more capital. Moreover, these AI firms are exhibiting remarkable growth rates, outpacing other sectors by 2.5 times, with an impressive year-over-year growth of around 450% compared to the 200% seen in other industries. This robust momentum underscores a sizable and dynamic opportunity in the AI market, shaping investment decisions and market dynamics.
Now, they built it, others are coming, but it just speaks to our view in this fourth industrial revolution. Palantir is going to be a big player.
The first time I ever heard a major company say machine learning came from Palantir.
Yeah. And of course, there's applications that, supply chain, which is a big area now for many companies, manufacturing applications. There's something to be said about, okay, you work with a government, you work on, in a classified capacity. You have these high level clearances for things like cloud applications as well, which only a handful of companies do. Palantir is one of them. You're going to keep my data safe. I'm sure there's probably that in of itself has a certain cachet with commercial clients, I would imagine. But how does it happen alongside an uncertain macro environment where people are tightening belts?
And then to the tightening belts, I think we started to see with IBM. I think we saw with Microsoft, Google, and others. I mean, for big tech, we're seeing an uptick. Ultimately, when it comes to AI, that's potentially 8 to 10% of budgets next year. And I do think you talk about reference accounts. You could sleep well at night when Palantir ultimately has your data in terms of from an AI use case perspective. And they're the only ones out there. They've proven it. Now they're proving it in the enterprise. That becomes a bigger piece. That's why then the stock gets re-rated, which is why we're bullish on it.
Having said that, Palantir has witnessed a notable uptick in its stock price, surging by nearly 15% over the past year, indicative of its successful capitalization on the hype surrounding artificial intelligence in the market. Renowned analysts, including Jim Cramer of CNBC's Mad Money and Dan Ives from Wedbush Securities, have expressed bullish sentiments towards Palantir stock. Ives, in particular, has set an ambitious price target of $35, representing a substantial 70.9% upside from current trading levels. These optimistic analyst predictions underscore the growing confidence in Palantir's future prospects. Furthermore, Palantir's financial performance stands out among its peers, with a combination of strong top-line growth and robust cash flow contributing to its competitive edge. The company achieved GAAP profitability for the 5th consecutive quarter in Q4 2023, showcasing its consistency in delivering profits. This track record positions Palantir favorably for long-term success in the market. Palantir's strategic focus on government contracts provides a sense of stability amidst the volatility of commercial contracts. Recent developments, such as acquiring 3 new government contracts, including agreements to support critical missions across the Department of Defense, highlight the company's strong foothold in this sector. But before we move on, we just want to thank you for watching this far.
Steve, want to get your thoughts on this, especially since Alex Karp, one of the co-founders and the current CEO of Palantir, did pen a very long, I'll say, op-ed in the New York Times about AI earlier this week.
Yeah, and comparing it to Oppenheimer and how this is really an opportunity. We hear so much, at least this is Karp's view, we hear so much from the community developing AI about being responsible and safe. And even years ago, he brings up the examples of Microsoft employees upset about working with the Army and Google employees upset about doing the digital satellite imagery. He seems to kind of embrace it. I just want to pick out one quote from this. I mean, he calls for a, quote, more intimate collaboration between the state and technology sector, really comparing it to what Oppenheimer did, if you saw the movie or read the book or the history lesson about that, working hand in hand with the government before someone else does it. And he brings up the case about Ukraine.
Now, what can we expect on May 6th during Palantir's Q1 earnings report? There's been some amusement over Palantir's Q&A session on Robinhood, particularly regarding the top voted question asking, what does Palantir do? With only one vote, it seems Mitchell, supposedly the largest shareholder among 187 questioners, might need some enlightenment. Moving past the jest, let's delve into the top voted questions and what they might reveal about Palantir's future. Firstly, there's curiosity about merger and acquisition discussions, although management might play it coy, preferring internal technology development over external acquisitions. Then there's the query on Palantir's ability to sustain EPS growth now that profitability is achieved, with potential risks to consider. Despite the 300 votes, it's unclear if there's substantial substance behind it. Looking ahead, questions about Palantir's long-term vision and product roadmap are raised, with speculation on its potential inclusion in the S&P 500. Lastly, how Palantir plans to stay ahead of competitors remains a pertinent inquiry, although management's response may vary. While these questions may seem general, they offer insight into Palantir's strategic direction and market positioning. Now, if we dive into the nitty-gritty details and fundamentals of Palantir's business performance this year, there's some intriguing data to unpack. The stock has seen more than 29% increase year-to-date, though it's recently tapered off with a 12% dip in the 30 days. Analyst sentiments, however, paint a somewhat neutral picture, with an average price target of $20 per share, slightly below the current $21 share price. Despite this, Palantir stock has shown resilience, with recent earnings reports sparking a recovery after periods of decline. Looking at Palantir's revenue guidance for Q1 2024, the company forecasts a range of $612 million to $616 million, with analysts expecting $615 million. Palantir has a track record of surpassing its revenue guidance by over 1%, indicating a potential upside surprise. This pattern of outperformance has been consistent, with Palantir only missing revenue guidance once in recent quarters. Interestingly, while government revenue has seen fluctuations, commercial revenue has been a consistent driver of growth for Palantir. This diversified revenue stream has proven beneficial, allowing Palantir to weather cyclical changes and consistently beat expectations. On the profitability front, analysts are predicting either the same or lower profitability for Q1 compared to Q4. However, Palantir has a history of exceeding profitability expectations, suggesting the possibility of a surprise beat in this area as well. Despite potential fluctuations in stock movement post-earnings, much attention will be paid to Palantir's management commentary during the earnings call, as it often influences market perception more than the actual numbers. So, with Palantir's Q1 earnings report on the horizon, it's crucial to grasp the significance of these figures and the prevailing market sentiment. The data gleaned from this report will provide insights into Palantir's financial health and operational efficiency, which influence investor perceptions and stock movement. Speculations abound regarding future trends and potential catalysts for Palantir stock. Whether it's breakthrough technological advancements, lucrative government contracts, or strategic partnerships, the implications of these factors on Palantir's growth trajectory are profound. So, what are your predictions this coming May 6th? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And that's it. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons down below. Additionally, if you want to learn more about Palantir's future, just click this video right here. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for more exciting content in the future.